We got him. We got him. We fucking got him. I know my worth. I can't wait to use that shit.
Yo,
I can't wait to use that.
Why'd you give Flea the ammo, man?
Oh my God, I cannot
Lord.
wait to use that shit.
I'm telling you, man. Listen.
I'm gonna use that shit. Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all know
I always said I think women teaches the game. Like once you use how you say the mirror effect, whatever they say and do, they get like bing and they get stunned. Uh-oh. So the Knicks.
Yeah, tighten up, nigga. We can play. Yeah. We can play. You can. We can play. We can play.
Down.
You can.
Slow down.
Hold on, I'm about to. That's I'm supposed to play some fighting for some fight sound effects.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, Shay Baby.
Shay Baby. Yo, Shay Baby. Look, my mom said be careful.
Mama,
yeah, see?
Mama Fabian. No.
Yeah.
Hold on, don't call her Mama Fabian.
Hey, Mom.
I'm sorry.
No, that ain't Mama Fabian.
But hold on.
I'm sorry.
We got Mama perspective.
Mama perspective. I'm sorry, Mom.
Mama perspective. But we got to shout out Big Baby Sports. Shout out Turbo. Also, listen, Turbo's AllBall TV family. We all AllBall TV family. Big Baby Sports in the building. But my guy Shay Baby, hardest working man in show business. I don't know how he do it, but Lord have mercy. Good brother right there. Definitely miss you too, my brother. You invited up here anytime.
Any day. Shay Baby.
Yeah.
Flea, not for nothing. Old boy hit on the nose, man. We all work hard. I don't know if he sleeps.
He's a lunatic. No, Shay Baby's a lunatic, bro.
Yes.
Anytime content. Like he a worker. We love it. We love it, Shay Baby. For real.
Then he had the sound effects going bananas.
Listen, you see, Shay Baby, anytime you need help, we here, brother. You already know it's all love. Whatever you need help with, just let us know. We a phone call, DM, text away. You already know, my brother.
Hold on. He had
Look at moms.
My perspective said she said be careful and slid the 20 just in case I need a motel room tonight. Hey, I'm a chip it.
Nah, look, she paid. Look, Flea, she paid them off. Look, that's the silent money. yeah. That NDA. Shut up.
Yeah. He signed the DocuSign. He ain't even signed it.
Yo,
that's what I'm talking about.
Shay Baby, the other day, when I tell you had me in tears, talking about the puff thing, going over the case. Hilarious. Then he had the fake, bro. He had the fake Puffy in the comments. Like, yo, man, I ran out of baby oil. I slipped out of these bars in jail. I don't know where to go. Shay Baby, help me out. I'm talking about in tears. I'm in the comments going bananas. Then he left somehow, but it was Shay Baby. Keep it up.
He's killing it. Yeah, he's killing it.
He's killing it, man. Keep doing your thing, bro. For real.
Killing it, man. One thing I'm gonna say, when brothers are very busy, that's a great thing. So sometimes, sometimes we all don't connect because we're very busy. And one thing I realized with that's God working, bro. And when his time is right, all gonna come together. But let me tell you something. Shay Baby, legendary, bro. Fan forever.
Ever since we linked up, please just beyond supportive. Soon as he said, yo, where y'all at? Come through.
Super cool.
It's a fact.
Please. Cool. His words were, where y'all at? Come through. And you know how we do, it's just like when it's real, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. We meet a lot of people in this thing, it's just like, I don't even feel like talking to you. But Shay Baby's so energetic.
Y'all know my line. I hate these niggas. Y'all know my line. I hate these niggas.
You better be careful. My mama perspective is on with that word.
I'm sorry, Mom.
She will curse you out.
I love you, Mom.
She said, let's go Mets. They play tonight? Yeah, they in sound for the Dodgers.
Yes.
Think so.
Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets. Me too. Come on, man. Shay Baby.
Let's go New York. Liberty, Mets, Yankees. The Knicks is up. Go to hell, Jets and Giants. Y'all get out of here.
Y'all stinking it up right now. Y'all pissing me off.
Y'all not even New York City right now. Y'all upstate somewhere. Get out of here.
Rochester.
The Albany Yankees. The Rochester Yankees. The Rochester Jets. Get out of here.
Tekla Rory, I appreciate
New York flag.
Tekla Rory, I appreciate you. You guys blew up. Congratulations. I'm not sure. Bye, Mom. Have a good night. We love you. I love you. Tekla Rory, I don't we blew up. Okay. If you say so, Tekla, I'm gonna take your word for it. That's all I know. We've been blew up in our heads. I'm telling you.
Wait,
all ball we say.
Hold on. That's one thing I do know. I rock with Shay Baby, but he was not a Knicks fan. Hold on.
No, I'm gonna break it down. No, I'm gonna
break it down. Go ahead. All right, me be quiet.
We gonna start the show just like this.
Heard you.
Shay Baby, when I first met him, he said, "Yo, AllBall, I was a Knicks fan." He said, but they kept breaking his heart. But he said he's a Boston Celtics fan also, right? Which I don't know how that's possible. Love him to death, right? But hold on. He said, yo, AllBall, if the Knicks get it together this season, I'm back being a Knicks fan. So he gave me his word.
He's honest.
He back. Shay Baby is a Knick back. Again,
he's honest. Go. He's honest, though. He's honest.
Let's
All right,
go.
Welcome back, Shay Baby. You honest. Stay out of that TD Garden. Stop. Don't wear none of that green. None of that. Blue and orange. We love you.
Okay. I guess Tekla is referring to Gilbert Arenas talking about us. Yeah, I mean, you know, we just working hard out here, man. We just keep it funky. That's it. That's all we could do. And we think Gil is the same way. But whenever he says something and we want to disagree with it or agree with it, we're gonna shoot his way. We probably got a topic tomorrow about that. As a matter of fact, speaking of Gilbert Arenas. Go ahead,
fellas, can we give a shout out to Shay Baby's father? Rest in peace. Pops, man, Shay Baby. Our condolences from all of us, my brother. Please, like I said, we a phone call, DM, or text away anytime you want to talk, chop it up. Rest in peace, Pops. Shay Baby TV's father, man. Rest in peace, my brother.
No doubt.
Blessings to the family.
I ain't get this started yet, man. Let's get this started officially, fellas.
Shay Baby.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Y'all know who I be. Please tell me you can hear the sound effects, AllBall, at the minimum.
Is that yours? Don't hear mine's.
AllBall,
as long as the people hear, here we go. Jab step, pump fake, flee. What we do?
We live.
Let's
Never
go.
Never the little one.
Yeah.
Never little one. You know what that means. It's a new episode. Wednesday, October 16th. We ain't playing with y'all.
Mom said, I was working on camera last night.
Is that the greatest drop ever? That bomb? That shit just makes everything beautiful. For some reason, I could just say, "Hey, I'm not like Meatloaf." You just drop the bomb, and it just makes it.
It's the illest bomb. It's that illest sound effect. It's top 5.
Hold on. Hey, Fabian, stay on point. Let's see how the bomb makes this sound. You put raisins in a potato salad. See, the bomb got to drop. You gotta listen. You gotta be on point. We can say anything. Like, your dog made fried chicken? It's just like, what? Like, the bomb is legendary.
It's legendary. It's legendary.
I cannot wait to rewatch that. Did he say what was
your dog made fried
chicken? And he's dead serious.
Oh man.
Who was he looking at? He just looking at the corner?
That King Corso. He looking at that Corso. He looking at that fucking Corso.
We need the King Corso with an apron on making fried chicken. That's crazy.
Listen.
Yo, you see how serious his face gets when he talk about that Corso?
That's no laughing matter.
They don't tell you them things when you know what I mean? That should be on. That should be the first thing they say. Oh, you know, by the way, not one but two.
That might need to be a law. I need to learn if I'm living next to 2 human-sized dogs.
It's little baby bears. Fucking baby bears.
Come on, bro.
Come on.
I was just at work last night. Somebody told me, a coworker told me about their father had to go drop off a bag of shit because I forgot what kind of dog it was. That shit, but he's like that shit was like horse shit. He scooped it up.
He had to double bag it to walk it out. Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
but it was the neighbor put it in, let the dog do it in his driveway. And one time he had driven over and didn't know. He saw all this. You know, I was like, yo, this is what happens when people get popped over stuff like that.
Yeah,
leave people alone. If you got a dog, come on, man. You should be looking out for the dog, man. I hear people leave their dogs no leash. No.
Let's go, baby.
We taking it there, man. Speaking of dogs, I don't know if we speaking to one anymore, boy. This is your man's. You've been holding him down, holding his crown down forever. Forever, ever? Klay Thompson.
Oh.
He done got the boot or the fit, the kicked out of Golden State. Who knows if Draymond delivered the news? He looked bad. You were trying to hold him down. They shouldn't have treated him that way. Yeah. Now he's in Dallas. He looking horrible out there, man. Oh boy.
I got my white flags ready because y'all beat me down yesterday. I pray to God I do not have to wait. If I gotta wave a white flag 2 days in a row, I'm taking off tomorrow. I'm telling y'all right now.
Appreciate you, Legends. Legends just gave us a shout out. Legends Production. He does the voiceover. He does the trying to get the lip reading and so big shout out to him, man. He's growing his platform. His platform is dope.
Big shout out to him.
Yeah, big shout out Legends. Yeah, Legends Productions. Listen, legendary. Up here, what we do when you great, we gonna give you your props.
No question.
Legendary, man. Keep up the great work and we really appreciate you showing us love and support, man. Anytime, and we tell everybody the same thing. Anybody need anything from us, let us know. We there. We'll pull up. You can pull up. Whatever it is, let us know, my brother. But we have all the support you need, my brother. Thank you. Yeah,
thanks for subscribing as well, man. Sporting Page is in the building. King Speech is in the building. Klay is washed. They got to make a way for Q Dot.
Who's Q Dot?
Quentin Grimes, big dog.
Baby Jimmy Butler.
So I like that. And you know what's crazy? When we let Grimes go, I was starting to really like Grimes. But let's talk about Klay. I'm almost waving a white flag. I've argued for Klay Thompson for a couple years now, and I'm pretty sure he probably wouldn't care. Remember, he's in my top 5 greatest light-skinned guys of all time, me being the president. You know, Ben Simmons, Drake, they've been kicked out the whip. But I'm going to be honest, man. Did Golden State make the right choice? It's definitely looking like it. First, it was the viral him in the gym with regular people just putting up bricks. I thought he was trolling, Flea. I'm being honest with you. Can you pull that up, Fabian?
Which one exactly? I'm going to put the key words in.
Klay Thompson, it looked like he was in the regular gym, like playing rec ball with regular people. And he went like over. It was like playing pickup with people. And he
was in LA Fitness playing pickup.
And didn't score. Like I'm talking about, he might have went 0 for 12. I thought he was trolling, right? And now that you see him in these preseason games, I'm gonna be honest. Now I don't know how much better he makes the Dallas Mavericks. I don't want to say he's washed because I'm the type, Flea, Fabian, I like to down my sword, man. I'm gonna go out, like I said, Titanic. I'm like this. I'm going down with the ship. But wow, man, Klay, you making me look bad out here, bro. I had you in my top 5 greatest shooting guards all the time. It's nowhere in the world I can put you in that right now. It might be arguable, are you top 10? Because now it's to the point where it's like, if Flea, I love what you say. Let's just start taking the rings away. Mm-hmm. Are you better than Reggie Miller, Mitch Richmond? Because listen, man.
All guys that led their teams as the guy.
Right. So, it's like, I don't know how much better he's going to make Dallas. I'm being honest with you. He's nowhere near the defender he used to be. I don't think Dallas is as good as everybody making them out to be. Of course, they got Luke and Kyrie. I don't think what they did last year, that shit is going to work this season. Ja Morant is back. Hopefully, Zion is healthy. the upgrade OKC made. So it's bad for Klay right now, my brothers. And I'm going to be honest. It's looking like I was totally wrong, which 99.999%, I'm always wrong. But that 1%, that not more under 1%. But Free, I'm gonna give it to you right now, and I hope I'm wrong. It's looking like Golden State made the right choice, and that shit hurts my heart because I like Klay Thompson, man, and I think Dallas right now, seeing how Klay is looking, they might have took a step backwards, bro.
Yeah, I took a look at them the other night. They was playing the Clippers. I think they was playing at the Clippers, and I understand the concerns about Klay Thompson. He just doesn't look comfortable with them yet. But I don't think he'll ever be what he was as a Splash Brother. He'll never be that again. So I think we got to drop the expectations on what we expect him to be in Dallas. I think Klay needs to focus on strictly becoming a 3-and-D guy, right? Like you spoke on his defense, right? Not being a guy that you throw him on the best opposing play on the opposite team. You can't do that anymore. He's fooled, right? He is moving laterally is not the same as he once was, right? Like, he's just not the same defender, beating guys to angles, shit like that. Like, he's just not the best defender. But he still has a place in this league. Like, if his shot is not falling right now, we're talking about one of the best shooters of all time. His shot's just not falling yet. It's preseason, first couple of games in. I think we are chomping at the bit to watch basketball so bad that we're critiquing preseason basketball to the T. Like, it is preseason. None of this shit counts yet, but we are, like, critiquing it to the T. And at this point, we probably should. Yes. Back in the day, they used to have like 8 or 9, close to 10 preseason games. It would be like a whole. Yeah, back in the day, you used to have like a whole slate of preseason games. Now you get in 3 to 5 tops, and let's get to it. Season is here. So I do understand your concerns. I will pump the brakes a little bit, OG, and let him get comfortable. Let him see where he can fit into that offense. He's with 2 ball dominant guys now. Steph Curry was not a ball dominant guy, and that system that Golden State, ran is not a ball dominant system. This is off topic, but Golden State played LA the other night, and
I watched some of that.
And Steph hit a 3, right? I'll talk to you. The action that they ran to get him open, I should rewound that shit like 3 different times, 4 times, because this shit was beautiful. It was beautiful. How much he does off the basketball without having a rock in his hand, just to be a decoy, get open, and still be a killer shooter. But, back to Klay, I just think we need to give him a second. We need to give him a second to figure out how he fits in with 2 guys that need the rock in their hand. So we'll see. Seasons be here in a week, right? Where we at? October 16th?
Yeah.
Next week.
Next week, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Less than a week, 6 days.
So Klay Thompson's first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons in the league, he averaged 19.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2 assists, almost a steal a game. He shot 41.9% from 3, basically 42%, 45.9% from the field. That's basically 46%, 42%, and at 19.5 points per game. His last 3 years, which 3 seasons ago, he only played 32 games, but he's played 69 and 77 since. His averages are 43%, 39% at almost 20 points per game. He's shooting better from the free throw line, it seems like. Obviously, just his field goal percentage dropping the way that it has. He's shooting 16 shots a game in the last 3 seasons compared to his first 8. He's shooting the same amount, 16 shots. So the numbers don't tell the whole story, but he looks like he lost a step just on the speed, and he was already kind of like not super fast. I hate to compare him to Larry Bird, but that's like the first guy that comes to mind who's tall and just that's slow-footed guy, but he's just Right place, right time, some way, somehow, all the time. And ever since, you know, I think we respect Klay so much because he was supposed to be traded for Kevin Love. And when that didn't go down, that changed the Warriors' history. If they would have got Kevin Love, I think we can all say, like, maybe they win, but I don't know. Kevin Love's not defending like Klay Thompson in the perimeter and covering for Steph Curry. So there's a lot invested as a basketball fan with Klay Thompson, and it's hard for us to come to a conclusion like, bro, you might be a backup at this point, and Golden State may not have been wrong.
But what's wrong? But what's wrong with that, though? Let me ask y'all a question. How many guys do we know that have tore their Achilles and tore their ACL and came back playing at the same level they did? Like, are we just not going to act like that didn't happen to him? He didn't have to try to come back from missing damn near 2 seasons? Like, we're not talking about, you know, an elbow injury from OG. We're talking about lower extremities, shit that takes 8 to 12 months rehab. Like, and he did both. Achilles and we were talking. These are career enders in some eyes, right? Are we not going to talk about that? What was the expectation? Let me ask you, OG. What was the real expectation coming back from those kind of injuries?
Well, I mean, to be honest, you know, when he was going through what he was going through, Golden State and struggling for the season, and like I said, I've seen on more than one occasion Draymond Green throwing him under the bus. I just was rooting for Klay, so I felt, you know, I'm not saying Klay should be 100% who he was when Golden State was having that run. But at this point, Klay's not even 75% of that. I was honestly expecting Klay to be at least 85, 90%. His shot is not dropping. He looks slower. And I'm just worried. And I want to ask y'all, and I would love Fabian to go first. Is Klay Thompson a starter for the Dallas Mavericks?
I don't think so. And that's King Speech brought that up first. The way Quentin Grimes is looking, and we saw flashes of it. He changed his jump shot with JJ Redick rightfully last summer. And now you're in there with Klay Thompson in practice, with Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. Quentin Grimes is faster. At this point, to me, he's a better defender than Klay Thompson.
I mean, there's no argument there. He's a way better defender right now. Like, it just is. That just is what it is.
And his speed, he looks good right now. You saw that
I watched
hesitation.
I was
dribble 2 step back 3.
Good. He looks good.
So he looked better than we ever looked. Here comes Mel. Y'all overreacting. No, he came back from an injury with Golden State for 2 years. We've seen this. He doesn't have that extra gear, and I think Quentin Grimes is still in his youth. He's still in my youth, Flea. Quentin Grimes could get that gear going, man. He's bouncing back from injuries as well.
He said, my youth, you want oxtail gravy on your peas and rice?
The bitches be so mad to give that extra gravy. They be so mad to give that extra gravy. Flood my shit.
Hey,
Flood my shit. I want extra gravy.
You know why I make them mad at? Don't give me them oxtails with all the bone, man. Come on, man. Don't give me them look. Listen. Light on the gravy, extra on the oxtails.
They act like this coming out of their check.
Flea.
Extra gravy, please.
You're Jason Kidd. Klay Thompson, Grimes. Opening night. Who's starting?
I don't see why it would be a crime to start Quentin Grimes. Klay Thompson could be one of the best 6 men in the league, right? Just the expectation when you are starting now you're expected to be a part of the unit that starts the game and sets the tone for the game. If you can't be in a position to set the tone because you can't move, or I don't know if I could start you. I wouldn't be mad if he started him, but if Jason Kidd wants to start out of the gates playing well, setting the tone defensively like they did last year, I don't see why you don't start Grimes. PJ Washington, guys invested in playing defense. Lively, Gafford. You got a bunch of guys over there that one of Najee Marshall now is a Dallas Maverick. I love that pickup for them.
They spread the floor. Listen, Najee Marshall, another underrated guy.
Want to defend.
Yeah.
Right? So I think for me, I want y'all to ease up on Klay, because I think we need to drop the expectations a little bit for him. He's not 25 or 22 a game anymore. He's not 45% from three anymore. If you could get 15 a night from him, that wouldn't be good.
But AllBall, I'd be shocked if you start the season with Grimes. You start the season with Klay as a start on a bench. They're not doing that. That's a major signing, just for the publicity thing. Jason Kidd and them, it's 82 games. I can see them going, yo, Klay, this ain't working out because of XYZ. Remember, I've been in your spot before. I'm Jason Kidd, one of the best point guards ever. I had to learn how to reinvent my jump shot on this very same team 14 years ago so we could help Dirk win. Right now, you got to help Kyrie, Klay get to the next level. You see the kid coming up, Quentin Grimes. You see the like you said, Najee. I forgot about Najee Marshall, Flea.
That's a great. But what you're saying right now, Cook, what you're saying right now is solid. Like, if anybody could relate to him changing his role, him coming back to a team, right? Like, it's Jason Kidd. It's Jason Kidd all the way.
So, Fabian, do you think Klay Thompson can do what Ray Allen did in Boston?
Hold on, Flea. I think that's possible. They just don't have this. That's a different team. Like that.
Ray Allen in Miami.
Yeah, because he's more like Ray Allen in Miami.
Yes.
Because Ray Allen had that little flush. He still dunked the ball in Miami one time. I was like, what? Ray Allen was still he was still kind of streaky and remember he shot he got like 40 points in the finals game, and the next game he shot like over 20. Ray Allen was very streaky with Boston.
But see, the other piece too, right? Ray started changing his body, right? He went into this vegan thing. He started eating different, right? And that was a big thing about Ray. Ray was very vocal about how he changed his body to lean out as he was getting older so that he could continue to run off those screens, be able to catch and shoot, be able to have the endurance to play basketball. Like, y'all know, Klay looks fat. He never looks like in shape, chiseled, ready to rock and roll. So
I agree.
Maybe he needs to change his body a little bit. That's injuries on your knee and your Achilles. Take some of the weight off of it. Lean out.
Before we transition to the next topic, how can I word this? Is Klay Thompson going to be the reason the Dallas Mavericks win the championship?
Well, for you to compare him to Ray Allen, without Ray Allen, Miami and the Celtics do not win.
That's why I'm asking. I'm saying Dallas,
that's quite possible. Same role that you're talking about.
Right.
He got that in Flea. Maybe he got some doubt in him, right? Maybe Klay got some doubt in him. Maybe it takes Kyrie and Luka to go, yo, bro, you are Klay Thompson. Whatever role you play, remember, you are the guy that hits daggers. You are Game 6 Klay. Legendary. Mm-hmm. He's a legend. Yeah. Let's not forget any of this. I have all criticism in the world. He has a legend in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler, all these guys that are going to be underrated, and we bring them up like, oh, hold on. He saved Steph Curry's ass down 3-1.
Right, when the postseason comes, they step up. Yeah,
that Kyrie is the kind of, especially Kyrie, New Yorker. He got this in him. This shit talking for like us from his pops, Diedrich, uptown. He gonna tell him, yo, Klay, you Klay, be ready. That Ray Allen comparison, AllBall, that's the one right there. He can be a major dagger, especially over Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes ain't never been there before. Him and Kyrie, the only guys that have been into the promised land.
You put him in a role that he doesn't have to produce the way he did in Golden State. He's not gonna have to do that. He's not gonna have to do that. If he can hit big shots, if he could be a shot maker, he's one of the best shooters ever. You're not gonna tell me at some point in the season he ain't gonna hit shots. He's gonna hit shots, and that's what they'll need. They don't have a lot of shooting over there. They relied on Tim Hardaway Jr. He couldn't hit the backside of a barn. He couldn't do. Yeah. He wasn't good.
I don't want no smoke with his pops. His pops goes crazy.
Fuck that dude too.
No.
Fuck out of here. Like,
let's go.
These
let's
niggas,
go.
These
What
niggas,
are you talking about?
Because Tim Hardaway Sr. don't want to be honest. Your son was trash. Your son wasn't good.
Yo, I just wanted an explanation.
Who owes you an explanation? Because we were teammates.
Yo,
he tried to he tried to say that because him and Jason Kidd were teammates on an Olympic team, he owed him. Nigga, shut up.
Yo, do y'all remember the play Tim Hardaway Jr.? He shot like 4 bricks in a row, and it was like the shot clock was still at like 18, 19. They kept getting the offensive rebound, and he kept getting it. And instead of pulling it out, trying to run a play, the shot clock was still more than 19, and he just kept shooting. Yo, he missed like 4 bricks in a row, and I'm just like, yo, this dude is a maniac. But hold on, before we get out of here,
and that's what they were relying on was shooting. So now they got Quentin Grimes and Klay Thompson, one of the best shooters ever. They'll be fine in that shooting department, I think.
All I'm gonna say is this, and I seen what Fish said. Nobody's a bigger Klay Thompson fan than me. I've argued with people over Klay Thompson, but I'm gonna just say this, and this may be far-fetched, but we remember Deron Williams. All I'm saying is, I pray Klay don't go down that road to where it just stays downhill. I think Klay, I don't know what's going to happen this season, but we seen the guy go from this to this. I'm a little nervous for Klay, Flea. I understand I'm a panicker. Let's get that out the window. I panic all day. But I'm saying Klay hasn't been looking right the last couple seasons, and like y'all said, not being in shape, the injuries, his shot. He's not knocking it down. Listen, man, I just pray and hope that, he has a great season. But Jason Kidd got a situation on his hands. And depending on how he deals with this, like y'all said, with Grimes and all of that, this can be where you make the right decision, which, remember when Steve Kerr told Iguodala, I need you to come off the bench. This is where J. Kidd, are you going to be able to make those changes to win a championship, or are you going to let your ego or whatever get in the way and not do what's right for the organization and the team? Dallas Mavericks is on the watch, man. We going to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I want to give like my original point. I want to give Klay an opportunity to see what he looks like in the first 10 to 15 games. We could revisit after 20 games and we'll see what he looks like.
Yo, man, for sure. Robert Paulson said, AllBall always says, all I'm going to say is, and it's never always going to say.
Never.
Never. He's like Barkley. First of all, he got like 3 first of alls.
He got 3 first of alls. Like,
listen, yo, man. I went to counseling for this, man.
Yo, listen, man. We've been talking about legends all night. Klay Thompson, all these guys. He just joined the Mavericks. And boy, oh boy, AllBall try to set up a firestorm. We talking about the biggest Mavericks legend of all time. Before Luka, you got some work to do. You got some work to do. A lot of work. Number one, you ain't win no MVP over a current MVP candidate, Giannis Antetokuonmpo. That's number one.
Good job, Fabian.
I tried to use my Spanish.
No, but you did that. You did that. You did that well.
You.
Good job.
I prayed right before I said it, and it worked out.
Good job.
Luka ain't get an MVP over Giannis yet. And to capture that greatest Maverick of all time, you got to leap over Dirk. And the AllBall yesterday said, hold on, is Giannis better than Dirk Nowitzki? Stop playing with your boy. How did he disappear so fast? We got you up out of there. Flea.
Yo.
I could walk us down here. Giannis.
Walk us down where? Where you walking us to?
8-time All-Star. 8-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA.
I don't want to hear about accolades.
Let's dress it up nice for the people.
All right, go ahead. Let me get right. Let me get dressed. Go ahead, dress it up. Go ahead.
8-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA, 5-time All-Defensive, player, 2-time MVP, 2021 as MVP. He's top
Fabian,
75.
He hasn't made an all-defensive team in the last 2 seasons. I was going to call you last night and tell you that. I was going to call you last night and tell you he has not made an all-defensive team 1 or 2 in the last 2 seasons. That's interesting.
Dirk has never made an all-defensive team, but back to Giannis, one-time champion, rookie of the year, most improved 2016, 2017, defensive player of the year 2020, and a finals MVP. Dirk, 14-time All-Star, 12-time All-NBA, finals MVP, NBA champion, 07 MVP. He's on the top 75 as well. But who do we have here, fellas? We got to pick one.
So for me, I love this conversation because, of course, what Giannis said the other day, as far as putting his name, up there in the likes of some of the greats, the GOATs. And it had me thinking, Giannis is a power forward. He's not a center. He's a power forward. And, Giannis is definitely making a career for himself with like the numbers when he retires, his numbers is going to be out of control, right? But then there's a guy that nobody talks about a lot. He gets all the props in the world now, Dirk Nowitzki. And I had to say to myself, who's a better player? To me, they both have similar paths. Up until now, Giannis is still with Milwaukee. We know Dirk stayed with Dallas. They both have a ring. They both have a finals MVP. They both have a regular season MVP. And as much as I'm not a big, I'm a more bigger fan of Giannis off the court than on the court. I'm gonna be honest. Who's a better basketball player? Because as great as Dirk is offensively, Giannis is that much better than him defensively. Who's more iconic? I think this is a matchup that's. I would love to hear y'all opinion on who y'all think is a better basketball player.
I want to hear Big Flea.
Oh, my turn. It's hard. Like for me, when we had these conversations, it's almost like sacrilegious to talk about any of the greats. We always OG slick too. He's a slick dude because he puts these current guys, right? Sit back. I need to see you while I'm saying this. What he say? Put him on the screen. Put him on the screen while I'm saying this. Like he pits these guys, right, that are still playing, still have a lot left in the tank. And he puts them up against guys that like are held in such lore. They're held that you go in the room and there's a shining light over them. Like they're untouchable type people. He knows what he's doing. But I'm gonna say this: Dirk Nowitzki was one of the most skilled players we've ever seen, right? And I'm tired of saying that. Skills. I don't give a fuck about no skill no more. Who's a better ball player? Right? Am I going to need what am I going to do? They had to do a lot around Dirk. They was shifting and fixing and this and that to try to make sure they could make up for that soft mantra he had on him. He had it on him for a very long time. Big shout out to Steven.
He going there, Fabian. Let's go.
Big shout out to Steven Jackson. Big shout out to guys that played against him. Yo, this nigga not like that. He's good, but he ain't really like that. Don't chill. You good, there. But
he going there.
All right, you ain't tough. You good, but you're not tough. Giannis good and he tough. He's very, very tough. Very tough. So now it's a conversation of, do I want the skilled guy, the guy that shoots 50, 40, 90, the guy that you can't leave open, the guy that's a matchup nightmare? Or do I want the guy that is going to play the hardest every night, is going to defend Dirk Nowitzki and whoever else you throw in front of him, could score the ball just as well? Score the ball. Numbers is numbers. If you got 30 and I got 30, but you took 30, if you got it from 30 jump shots and I got it from just getting to the rim, it's 30. It's 30. However you slice it. How many times did Giannis average 30? 1, 2, 3, 4. Go check. This is a harder conversation than OG or you try to make it out to be. Like, come on.
He averaged 30 twice. Keep going. Giannis.
Dirk probably never averaged 30 ever. Ever. He ever led the league in scoring? Let me ask you that. Because I know the answer. Everybody, you do too.
Never.
Did he?
I'm trying to wait till you finish because I ain't trying to get into no full-blown argument like a loser.
I'm talking to my brothers. I'm just talking. I don't need y'all can chime in.
Nobody said that it's a clear cut. Nothing.
Y'all can chime in.
We're splitting hairs here.
These niggas are not untouchable. These NBA legends that nobody fuck them. They could be compared to whoever.
And we're doing that. We're doing that, Mel.
Right,
we're doing that, Flea. We doing that in the comments. King Speech. If Dirk Nowitzki played in this era,
he's not. He's not though. He's not.
I didn't cut you off. I let you ramble.
I don't care.
Well, I never cared. The legends are not untouchable.
I never cared.
Dirk is soft. We've seen Steven Jackson check him. I understand all that. How many different teams did they have around Dirk Nowitzki? He brought 2 of them to the promised land. He brought 2 of them. And if I recall correctly, Steven Jackson, when they asked him about it, he was like, nah, I ain't checked that man. There's a lot of respect behind the way he guarded Dirk. He was very careful in the way that he respected Dirk Nowitzki. So, yeah, he figured it out the second time around, but shout out to Hammer Time. Ryan, he did break down that 06 team really well. Like, they were kind of garbage. You suck his Sagana job, and your man, what's your man, Eric Dampier? Horrible. He did drag a lot of teams there. What he did to them Denver Nuggets, 30 points per game, over 50% shooting. If Dirk played today, he might average 40 easily. They don't know, like, the way he comes down court. Luka, I think Luka would have a problem on his hands. Dirk would be crazy in this era.
So what?
So if somebody's averaging 35, 40 points on 50, 40, 90, who's doing that today at 7 feet tall?
But my point is he's not playing it today. He's not, and that's why I started this with this dude in the middle is slick.
No.
See, it this way.
Yes, because if Giannis played, hold on.
However you make the comparisons, it won't be fair. It won't.
If it can be, because if Giannis played in the 2000s, you up against the greatest power forwards of all time. Now you got a problem on your hands. Now you better be skilled, because they're skilled. Rashid, Tim Duncan, Tonio McDyess. We go down the list all over again. Chris Webber. You ain't pulling all that off. They might call that travel on you now.
Pulling what off?
The traveling, the bullshit you be doing today.
So Giannis. Is Giannis not a good player? Hold on.
He's great. He's a legend. They're both legends. They're both legends.
When we get into these conversations, whoever we like or don't like, the other player gets diminished like they ain't shit. And
no.
We gotta stop that.
No, we can't take it like no. They earned the right to be. We're not mentioning no bums with Dirk. You're not mentioning no bums with Giannis. They're the legends. We got to compete against each other at this point. Stop making it seem like these guys are dirt. No,
that's what I'm saying. So don't you talking about
legends?
Rasheed Wallace, Chris Webber, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki. You're telling me Giannis would have a problem competing against them?
I'm saying that he wouldn't. Today he's a top 5 MVP. He's top 5 MVP year in, year out, and with that in that era.
I'm asking you, would he have a problem competing against those guys?
I think slightly he would, Flea. I watch Rasheed Wallace. I love his content, right? Because he talks basketball, and he broke down how he would sometimes let a defender do what they want so he can see their moves. I think Giannis in that era, being guarded by guys that was defensive minded, they would easily figure him out. Now, I'm not saying Giannis would never get off, but I think, those guys back then prided themselves on defense. I think their basketball IQ for defense was higher, and they looked for that challenge. I'm not saying Giannis wouldn't be great and he wouldn't get the best of guys sometimes, but I think he would have a little problem, Flea, I'm being honest, because he would be too easy to figure out. It's almost like, listen, man, if you play the right defense on him, that'd be a charge all day. He carries the ball. So I mean,
I don't know why do we reduce him to a guy that just bulldozes people over? That's just not all his game is. It's not. We know this, and it's easy to do that because that is what's highlighted. Okay, he looks out of control. He gets to the rim with ease at the rim. One of the best finishes you've ever seen. Finish just like them other guys. Everybody we named could finish like them.
I wouldn't say he finishes like them. He just recently started finishing like them.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about when you get to the basket, footwork around the basket. That was recent. Early, it took him some time to do that. Dirk's footwork from like 22, 23 on was good.
Let's go pull up Giannis' shot chart in the paint. We're talking about finishing, right? Let's go pull up his shot chart, finishing in the paint. What percentages? Because we're talking about finishing around the rim. Now, you telling me he's not a guy that's going to finish around the rim?
Now, while he's looking for that, I agree with that, Flea. I mean,
now hold on, look. Right, he went from 47%, 50%, 50%, 49%, 45, 57, 48, 45, 40, 48, 51.
These are field goal percentages?
Yes, by 0 to 3.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. No. These are field goal percentages. 57, 64, 68, 70, 75, 76, 77, 83, 80, 79, 80. So he just started hitting, like I said, he hit 70, 75, but after that, 77 to 81% the last 5 years. I understand what you're saying, but I'm talking about with skill, like with the skill. That footwork from last year, we commented on that. As soon as I seen it in December, I ain't never seen him finish with layups like that. He's finishing with finesse at the rim. 1-2 off the right foot. Fundamentally sound. Now, I didn't see that before last year in the paint area like that. Not to say Dirk was finishing.
So
like
wait. So he's a better finisher now because he finishes with finesse, as opposed to being a power finisher.
Well,
I'm asking a real question. I'm not.
Yes, of course, because when we compare him to especially to Tim Duncan, Garnett sometimes, because Garnett would struggle too. He had that stupid shimmy shake fadeaway I used to hate. But Weber, all these guys were skilled finesse when it came to that finishing at the hoop. To me, Giannis isn't quite that. He is more brute. That is brute versus finesse when it comes to Dirk, especially Dirk versus Giannis.
But see, that goes back to the point we was talking about the other day, about him putting himself in that, in that room with them other guys. His point was he did it his way. He's doing it his way.
Okay.
Not everybody has a whole package in terms of being able to do so many different things with their offensive package. He does what he's good at. Stop it. Right? Stop it.
Right, but it's his.
Shaq wasn't Dream. He wasn't Patrick. He wasn't David Robinson in terms of offensive repertoire. But stop him. You couldn't.
Right, but it's his greatness versus your greatness. And now what I'm saying is that what you're talking about, Giannis's greatness and all that, the fact that it wasn't that, it's not just about style. It wasn't as smooth. And you put him in the 2000s, they might penalize you for that. You have to be an extra superstar to get calls. So if he's around Weber, Tim Duncan, all these other guys that are, let's say there's 4 or 5 guys ahead of you, you got to impress the NBA to sell tickets for them to give you that call.
So with that being said, all the ifs. So if you put him in that time, why wouldn't he adjust?
That's a great point.
The guy is a workhorse. Why wouldn't he put himself? He's a competitor. You're saying these niggas is better than me? Oh no, I'm gonna compete.
Right.
Why wouldn't he take up his level of competition? I think MB said in the comments, big shout out to MB, he said Giannis can't hit free throws. And then he goes into the NBA finals in a closeout game and misses 2. Right? Like, so what I'm saying is the dude is a workhorse. He gonna work his ass off. We could debate skill and all that type of shit, but give me that dude. Not saying Dirk is garbage, but give me him.
That's why you made sure to say who we talking about right now. Like, don't diminish anyone out of this, because I do think highly of both of them. I do think highly of Giannis, where it's like, damn, you ain't supposed to even be on this level according to everybody else. If he didn't have the heart that he did, we always talk about if Shaq had Giannis's mentality, it'd be over with. We could say Kobe. We could say he's in that category. He's tough. I don't care. That's Giannis's mentality. I don't care what y'all talking about. I'm coming to kill you. You know what I mean? Even Dirk didn't have Giannis's mentality, if we're being real, until a little bit later on. We thought too much, but that's why Dirk respects Luka a lot. But I'm just thinking about how much easier it is to win with a Dirk Nowitzki. To me, like Giannis, it took a while. Even offensively, you had Drew Holiday, and that drop off defensively, like you just said, the last 2 seasons, it says a lot to me. It says a lot. Is his window closing? 12-time All-NBA. Giannis is 8-time All-NBA. Dirk been doing this for a minute. Dirk over a decade just stacking up awards. He just wild athletic, 7-foot frame, lanky. I don't think so. I don't think he's just wild athletic and lanky. Dirk, no athletic ability. At JJ Barea. That's the other thing with Dirk. He just had different lineups and he finally figured it out. And once you saw the difference with the first 1.5 games against the Miami Heat in 2011. And then the next 4 games, Dirk he turned it up and there was nothing they could do about it. I'll be fine with Dirk and you with Giannis in a 5v5 and vice versa. Both are great and help their teams win the small market. Yeah, that's the other thing too. If we're keeping it real, Dirk had the general manager and the system up front to always surround him with talent and keep reinventing themselves. We don't know, like, so when I say I'd rather have Giannis over Steph Curry or even Dirk over Steph Curry, people will be upset about that. But I'm like, they're the bigger player that could do the same thing easier. And one plays defense. But Steph Curry and Dirk also come with a general manager and an ownership that are helping them get the complementary pieces. Giannis hasn't necessarily gotten that. Brook Lopez is always out, right? They finally got a Drew Holiday, shipped him out. God dang, it's not necessarily great for Giannis. It's not the greatest complementary piece. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that. So that's tough. Is Fleet in the building? Yeah, man. Who else is in here? Lonzo Ball. What a transition. Lonzo Ball, the latest of the Ball brothers to collect an NBA check. This is his first full game since the 2022 season. Full of joy, apparently.
Fuck out of here. She thought she was going to get the car washed. Fuck out of here.
We live, man.
I know.
What we said earlier? I know my worth.
I know. I can't wait. Bro. OG you see I loosened up the tie and all that. I'll try. Bro, I can't wait to use that one.
MB said back to Dirk and Giannis. Thank you, MB.
Go to hell, MB.
I was trying to switch topics and go to Lonzo Ball. Look, Mel said let's keep the positive vibes on Lonzo.
Go to hell,
what do you
Mel.
mean?
Go to hell, Mel. Nah, my guys.
I was about to say you can't go rogue on that. But
nah.
Is there anything else you wanted to say about Dirk versus Giannis? I feel like I ended off with
go ahead.
Like if you, to me, there's no way. I'm what Dom always say. I'm always biased to the bigger players. What the hell, Fleon? Like he just did some dirt, sweating, breathing hard. You see that fish?
Just listen.
Mind your business.
Patreon.
Y'all saying Giannis is a better defender? Yeah, easily. But I think so. Y'all got Steph Curry over Dirk Nowitzki easily like that? That's not there's no thought.
Bro, people are reducing players to team awards. We don't start breaking players down no more. It's where did you take your team? And to be honest, basketball is a team sport. Anybody in the comments that play, there's plenty of guys in the comments that play on a high level. They know. They understand. This is fun. We're going to always have fun breaking down plays. But if you want to get into the nitty-gritty of talking about who's better and who's not, don't talk to me about what championships niggas won and who they played with and all of that type of stuff. Talk to me about who they are as a basketball player. And if you could do that with me without talking about, we got 5 MVPs and he only got 1. People had to vote on that. People had to, there's circumstances for everything. Like, let's talk the game.
Flea, and I mean this in all sincerity, people going to think we trolling. So Steph Curry is just a flat-out better shooter than Dirk Nowitzki?
Just flat-out better shooter?
Because the way we talk, greatest shooter of all time, that means that, like, it's not even a thought about Dirk. No, he's the greatest. He's the trophy. Yes. He's number 1 over Dirk.
Yes. We have clear-cut evidence. We have a decade plus of him showing us that there's evidence. This is not, we could say whatever we want. There's evidence that this dude is a better shooter than anybody we've ever seen. The best shooter you've ever seen come in the park, he's better than him. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to. Dirk is a great shooter.
I don't know why I have an issue with that. Because the other day, remember we compared Karl-Anthony Towns to Dirk, and I'm like, there's a gap between them. I don't care what that percentage says. Dirk was coast to coast. It is over. You're backpedaling. It's a backpedal, and I'm shooting from anywhere. I'm 7 feet.
Well, I think
it's so much easier for him to get every shot.
Like I know, I watch you. You're my brother. We've been doing this for a while now. So I see how you play. You know how I play. You use words like smooth. You use words like the way it looks. Right? You an aesthetic type of nigga. When we walk down the street, big respect to, but when we walk down the street and you look like you looking for aesthetics, you ain't worried about if she got some brains. She might be a dumb baddie. You like her. I need to hear her open her mouth and talk.
So untrue.
Let me cook. I need to let her open her mouth before I say she a baddie. You like the way Dirk Nowitzki's game looks. You just like the way it looks. The numbers say Karl-Anthony Towns is just as good of a shooter as him. I am not arguing he's better, but I'm just saying that the numbers say he's one of the best shooters as a big man ever. That's what the numbers say.
I'm not denying.
And you can't refute that part of it. But in terms of what we like, but yeah, Dirk is just a better shooter because we like the way it looks.
No. Hell no. That has nothing to do with just style.
Okay.
And the fact that you reduce my argument to some bimbo sports analyst. I'm the dumb blonde of sports analyst over here, please. Thank you.
David
but it's
Smith,
not just
your comment. I'm irrelevant, but your comment about Dirk Nowitzki not being top 75 is irrelevant, my brother.
That is.
Please do your homework, big dog.
He just
appreciate the support.
Comment.
Appreciate the support.
Mel got him. Oh, now you a numbers guy, believe? Stat man, yeah, that's me.
I was waiting for Mel to say some fly shit about numbers. I was waiting for it. I knew that was going to trigger him. I knew it.
All right. So, Karl-Anthony Towns' career 3-point shooting 39%. What's Dirk? 38%. He played until 2019. I can't even believe that. That's crazy.
He played one season with Luka.
Yeah. He played 21 years, man. Cat looks like he's already been in the league 20 years. That's how he moves. Come on, you know I'm right.
I know what you're saying.
It's not, oh my God, the aesthetic. It's a shiny new car. No, it's not just that. Dirk was more, the offense around Dirk is way different. The way you could bring him, once you get into the half court, his pump fakes, everything is way more like I'm falling for it. I'm looking at the Minnesota game versus Karl-Anthony Towns like, why are you falling for a Karl-Anthony Towns jab step? What is wrong with you? Where is he going? But Goldberg's a moron. They couldn't guard Dirk. It's not just aesthetically pleasing either. I think he's a real number one at that, by the way. Karl-Anthony Towns is not a real number one.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Don't run from it, because you said Cat is soft. You said that. You said it. Listen, hold on. You've said it. Dirk soft?
Yes.
Okay, so now that we're there, just 30 seconds, we can move on. Cat soft, Dirk is soft. Now, how do you differentiate who the better player is for you? Just for you. I'm asking you.
Once they went, he's still able to be a number one. If you're not okay with the word soft, they're both finesse. But again, the word soft has to do with mental toughness. And I think Dirk was mentally more tough than him to be able to go to the finals in the West back then, 06 twice. And he had to confront his own lack of mental toughness with Steven Jackson checking him. The following.
And let's not single out Steven Jackson. There's other guys that made things tough for Dirk throughout the years. And we wondered if he could be the number one guy on the championship level team. That was a valid question that was asked back in the day. Can he be the guy? We put Steve Nash next to you. Can you win? You can't win with him. There was real questions and concerns about Dirk. This revisionist history that we have on him, like he was the greatest because we're now comparing him to Giannis, or now we're talking about Cat. Like, I don't know. Let's be fair, because back then there was real criticism for him, just like any other player.
Dirk versus the Heat after Wade and Braun mocked him after coughing. Correct. But you see that moment? That was him getting over the hump, Salvatore. And shout out to Salvatore, man. He's always in the comments just showing crazy love, Lee. But before that, Dirk did have to get over the Miami, Golden State, nightmare. And then after that run, Dirk is a part of the best run in playoff history.
Yeah, one of the best. No question.
Beat the back-to-back champs.
No question.
Beat the Spurs, OKC.
I think
the whole Western Conference.
They swept Kobe and them, I think.
Swept
right?
the Lakers.
They
Big
swept them. That's the series. That's the series. Bynum knocked Barea out the air. He was going because they just start bugging. Everybody over there just start bugging. They was getting their ass kicked. Yeah,
he knocked out my body brother. Pause. But thank you,
what?
Mel. Can't be a number one guy on no chip team. If Cat is he a number one right now with the Knicks?
Is he the number one guy?
Yeah, number one option.
Probably not. No.
If Dirk was here, who's the number one option?
With Dirk being traded in year 10 to the Knicks, who have a Jalen Brunson, Brunson probably still the number one guy.
I will go to the Garden every day and try to fight Jalen Brunson if he thinks he's the number one option over year 10 Dirk. We'd have to scrap it out. Beat me up. You and Rick.
It's the same, but you got to make the same circumstances. Like, you got to make the same circumstances. You got to make the same circumstances.
I'm just talking about.
Go ahead.
It's not because I know what you mean. Often with these comparisons, we're making it seem like once you compare the players, it's tough because of the errors, and you have to respect how they did in their own era, and that's what you're comparing, what they did in their own eras. So, to me, though, Dirk's skills totally translate to this era where the lane is even more wide open.
1,000%.
The pick and pop is going to be insane with Dirk. There's no way possible. This his shot release. Everything about Dirk is quicker. Just everything Cat does, Dirk does it quicker. The only thing is,
I would never argue if Karl-Anthony Towns is a better player than Dirk. I would never argue. I'm sitting here talking to my brother because we working, but
we bobbing.
I would never. Not even when we offline, when we talk, I would never, bro. Nah.
That's why you've been participating. Like, listen, man, I gave it a shot, guys. Karl-Anthony Towns is not in this class.
Hell no, I'm not talking. Hell no, I'm cool on that conversation. Yeah, I can have that one. I'm cool.
Yeah, I just think that's the bottom. Dirk is a different level, and I want to have a real conversation about Dirk and Steph Curry. I want to have that real conversation.
What's the conversation to have? How can you argue? What argument can you make that Dirk Nowitzki, and you just talking about shooting, is a better shooter?
Yeah. Shooting, player, all that. We'll get to that. Because they don't want to have that convo. They don't.
People don't tell the whole story. They just like resting on the highlights and stuff like that. We watch a lot of lowlights from all these players right now, right? We got this 24-hour news cycle. We got podcasts. We got platforms. Everybody got a voice. Everybody could say something nowadays. But let's not forget, when we was in the barbershop back in the day, before all these platforms, we was in the barbershop. All them niggas that are sacrilegious to talk about and compare to, they was getting talked about and critiqued too. You niggas didn't like Rasheed Wallace 20 years ago. Now all of a sudden y'all love him. Get the fuck out of here. I remember. Nah, bro, I remember. A lot of niggas had funny shit to say about Chris Webber as a Sacramento King. Now nobody could talk. You know, there was like, we got to stop acting like back then there wasn't the same critique. They didn't have to overcome some of the same things, right? All these ifs. What if we had the 24-hour news cycle, social media 30 years ago, 25 years ago? How does shit look? How do these players look?
A different level.
Right? Do they have the... I always wonder, we always talk about these mentally soft players nowadays, right? They're so mentally soft. They're not mentally tough. These niggas had to worry about one or two beat writers writing about them in a paper. Nobody was on TV talking the way they talk now. Nobody had multiple platforms. They didn't have Fabian and Flea talking about them, and we just built this platform. They didn't have that shit. How mentally tough would they have been? Real question for you and the comments.
I'm glad you crossed over from yesterday when I was making that case.
No, for real though. If Michael Jordan, let's just go to the apex, right? To the top of the top. If Michael Jordan had to deal with the daily scrutiny, the everyday scrutiny, not about his game, but how would he have been? It would have been very different. So we got to stop acting like.
But I see, I don't like. That's why I say yesterday, like, don't bring up Jordan. Just bring up the average players, because that's who have to deal with it. Because Jordan was the guy that was setting the tone. He was setting the bar.
RP ain't get his ass kicked in a while. I'm being nice.
Nice. Go ahead, AllBall.
I'm being nice.
Can y'all see and hear me?
We can hear you and see you.
All right, no, I'm sorry. My phone froze and went dead, and I had to use the iPad, but I couldn't get into the email to get the stream, y'all. So my apologies, but y'all can mute me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
OG.
Nah, go ahead.
I thought you was wrestling with the Corso.
Nah. For some reason, like my phone, it just froze. So when I went to jump on the iPad, the email, I don't have the email all I hooked up to the iPad, so it sends to my phone. But I had the YouTube. How do you unfreeze the iPhone? So, yeah, my apologies, my brother.
Shit. You here, bro? You here?
Lord,
you know what sucks about that? Because you need two buttons to do that now. Before it was one button.
That shit is crazy.
Yo, real quick, let's
go ahead.
Go ahead. Let's get into this. Close this out right. Lonzo Ball's coming back, y'all. His first time back since 2022. He played his last game in Chicago, in a game for Chicago on January 14, 2022. Since then, he's undergone 3 arthroscopic procedures on his left knee, including a rare double cartilage transplant in March of last season, 2023. Long, really, really long, Ball said with a laugh when looking back at his recovery process. But looking back on it, it went a lot faster than I thought. Them telling me 18 more months recovery, it sounds crazy in the moment, but now I'm here. It's all behind me now. In his first season in Chicago, 2021-2022, Ball averaged 13 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists a game on 42% shooting in 35 games. So Lonzo Ball's first game back since 2022, and he's full of joy, y'all. What do we got to say about our guy Lonzo Ball? Of course, part of the Ball family, LeVar Ball, making things happen, miracles happen with 3 kids in the league, and he was a big time reason.
I'm happy to see him coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, OG.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, real brief. I'm happy to see that young man come back. You know, I root for all of them. I know we up here and we troll and have fun, but you know, we really believe what we say. We love the sport, but we never wish harm, hurt, injury on nobody. I wish these guys get all the money they can and play as long as possible. So I'm very excited for Lonzo Ball because I think, you know, he can be one of the better point guards in the NBA, and we are missing players like that, true point guards, and he defends. So I'm excited to see him and Kobe White in the backcourt. And now, you know, Zach LaVine, to me, Lonzo Ball is going to make them exciting to watch. And you got to give a shout out to his pops. Listen, man, what that man did with his sons, listen, nothing short of legendary. Simple and plain, but I'm eager to see, you know, how Lonzo Ball is going to come back. You know, how many minutes he's going to play. Is he going to start? And is he fully healthy? Because, you know, this young man, like a lot of these players, Fleet, it's hard for them to stay healthy. And sometimes it's out of their control, out of, you know, our control. So, you know, I just hope it was a minor setback. And I hope he comes back with vengeance. And I hope he has a great season. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how he's going to play.
I'm excited. I'm excited for him. He looked great before that injury with Chicago. When he became a Chicago Bull, and that, you know, that first portion of his time with Chicago, he looked great, right? Like he had that team running on all cylinders. They were fun to watch. Gets everybody involved, and like you said, OG, he's a defensive guard. He's one of them guards that, you know, why couldn't he potentially be a Drew Holiday type guard? Right, in terms of just being able to defend and you know, worked on his jump shot. Like his game progressed. All the shit that was talked about him, you know what I'm saying? His game really progressed. They got a log jam though at guard right now in Chicago. They got Ball, they got LaVine, they got, you just brought up my young boy Kobe White, and then they just traded for Josh Giddey. Right, they got a lot of guards over there. So I do want to see how Donovan does what he does. I mean, it's crazy how he still has a job, but anyway, like I want to
totally agree.
I want to see how he does, you know, with that team. That team still has like good players over there. Like they still got a 20-10 Vucevic, right? They got a 25 a night guy in LaVine. Like they got a lot of, you know, they got good players. I like Patrick Williams. I like what's the African kid name? Ayo. I can't call his last name right now, but they just paid him. Very good player. Like they got, you know, they're young, but they got good players over there. So, you know, I'm interested to see what they do over there. My thing, I really wish they would just blow the whole shit up. Like really just blow the whole thing up and start from scratch. But I'm just excited to see Lonzo back out there. He was exciting to watch, so definitely excited to see him.
And that is his first basket. Sam Vecini posting it a couple minutes ago. It looks like Lonzo Ball's first basket coming back this year. I don't want to mispronounce the Samu's name. That's I think the African kid you were talking about.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
So Lonzo Ball back, and like shout out to Sam Vecini. That's my favorite NBA like analyst, just basketball analyst. He knows about Australian basketball, all the draft picks. He knows about them. So he said, just really happy for Lonzo Ball tonight. Anybody that watched that dude in high school and sort of innate feel for the game knew that he was born a hoop. Glad that his body is giving him the chance to do it again. And yeah, man, and we always talk about mental toughness, Fleet. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
How many people would give up at some point? That's what I'm like. So when we talk about tough, I ain't talking about trying to fight everybody, because I know the toughest dudes in the world, they ain't trying to fight nobody. They just trying to get through the day and get over obstacles. Like how many excuses was he given to say, you know what? I got the $100 million, bro.
I could pack it up. I came from money. I grew up in Chino Hills. I'm good. I love this shit.
His brother signed over 200. They are superstars. Their father's a superstar. So like you said, he could have easily gave up, you know? But let's be for real. And I'm looking at the comments. He's better than Josh Giddey. Stop it. Lonzo Ball is better than Josh Giddey. I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm not listening. before Lonzo Ball got hurt.
I think they both give you the same things.
Nah.
Yeah, but Lonzo Ball is bigger. Pause.
Yeah, maybe slightly bigger, but they both give the same things.
No, Josh Giddey is horrible on defense.
Horrible?
He's a big bimbo. Yes.
I don't know about horrible.
There's a reason why OKC wanted him out. If Lonzo Ball was healthy,
they wanted him out because he's a rapist, but not because.
Whoa, yo, you can't say that word.
I'm sorry.
Bro.
He likes young. My fault. I'm sorry. My fault.
You sound like Vince McMahon. Come on out, you.
My fault. My bad. My bad.
Yeah,
my fault.
Listen,
my fault.
Yeah,
my fault.
My bad. I'll bring it back. I just think,
my bad.
You know, Lonzo Ball.
My fault, baby. Damn.
Yeah, no, leave him alone. I'll bring it back.
Thank you, OG.
We give everybody a chance, and you know, people was ready to down Lonzo Ball because of what his pops was doing. But Lonzo Ball, like you said before the injury in Chicago, was looking real good over there. So let's not act like Lonzo is not that guy. He's a great point guard. He belongs in the league. He's a starting point guard. I just want to see how he's going to look due to this injury, his explosiveness, his athleticism, how he's going to be on defense. Because for me, him getting the ball, pushing it. So I'm going to be watching out for a lot of things. But, you know, I'm glad that he's back, man. I'm glad that he's back.
1,000,000%. Yeah, let's keep it on that, man, because it's, you know, we don't know where they're going to land, Chicago, right? Like, we always say that the coach got him competitive and everything like that. So that'll give him a chance, especially if he has any sign of being good this season. Lonzo Ball could really, you know, lead the way, like in defensively, point of attack, helping out someone like a Kobe White. But before you even think about any of that, you gotta just be thankful, grateful that you could play again, and that you get able to get on the court and just give it a shot.
I mean, they lost their best defender in Caruso, right? So, you know, now you looking for Lonzo to really be that guy to defend, but missing 2 years, knee injuries, all of that kind of stuff. Do we expect him to still be the defender that he was 3 years ago? I don't know. So.
I'm you know, as the season progresses, I'm looking forward to that. Like, I'm not saying he needs to be that out the gate, but I'm being real free. Like him, Klay, I'd give them till after the All-Star break. They should be back to normal. Like I said, barring injury, hopefully they can stay healthy. But yeah, I'm looking for Lonzo to be the Lonzo that we all, you know after the All-Star break.
Yeah, man. We all wish him the best in the Ball family. You know, they changed the game. Nobody wants to give them their just due. And, you know, Fish and RP's always in the comments. He said Josh Giddey's in the Fugitive 3 and Flea is the U.S. Marshal. Yo.
RP got in his feelings because I'm talking about his fellow Australian. Go to hell, RP.
No.
I love you, RP. You know that.
Nah, but that wasn't the kicker. The sporter, the Fugitive, the U.S. Marshal, the part 2 was fire. Both Fugitives is fire.
Yeah.
Oh, U.S. Marshal is a spinoff. Is a spinoff from the Fugitive. That's fire. That's Wesley Snipes and the
guy from Men in Black. That was in
Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee.
Yes.
Tommy Jones.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes. Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah. Perfect.
Tommy Lee Jones.
And my son. And my son Downey Jr. was the snake. Right.
Yeah, Downey Jr. was in that. Yep.
He was the snake. Yeah. He tried to violate Wesley.
Hold on. The comment of the night so far. Sporting page. AllBall got internet connection like he's standing outside the bodega. We need Legends production for this audio.
Legends, where you at?
Yo, what AllBall always say?
Take it off mute, OG. Take the shit off mute.
He's totally correct. I gotta take that. I'm calling the Wi-Fi guys tomorrow. Listen, I'm cursing them the hell out. But my phone, I got to upgrade my phone. I got to get the big boy. I got to get the joint with the most gigs. Like I said, that shit just froze up on me. So, but he's totally correct. I got to step my game up. My apologies.
OG. Cloud storage, man.
OG Fish said the captains took your Wi-Fi from you. He said, nah, like you dead. No more. You had too much fun tonight. Get back in the cell. Get your ass back in the cell.
Yeah, man. So look, like AllBall always says, man, we totally appreciate y'all, man. But you know who this is. Of course, you know I got my guy. We live.
Big Flea. Never the little one. Appreciate y'all. Everybody.
You know who that is, the man in the middle.
Suckers.
One. All ball suckers.
And it wouldn't be right if we didn't drop off. And of course, man, appreciate the comments like AllBall said yesterday. Appreciate the comments. 7:30 p.m. Eastern, weekdays, every week. Tomorrow night, Knicks rehab, y'all. 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Sir.
Same bad time, same bad channel from all of us here, AllBall TV. Buenas noches.
Peace.
I was ended the stream too early. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.